you want to go first, Christian?
Sure. So I'm Christian Lamont. I'm the voice of Ignatz in Three Houses, as well as Seliph and Roderick in Heroes. I've also directed some bits and pieces of Fire Emblem here and there. I've been fortunate enough to do that. I'm in a whole bunch of other stuff, and I direct a whole bunch of other stuff. I directed Cells of Work and Magio Record, or at least the first couple episodes of Magio Record that Erica Mendez has lovingly taken over for me.
I muted myself by accident, but I muted myself for that entire introduction. But hi, guys. But guys, keep going.
Yeah. Anyways, I've loved Fire Emblem since I was like 10 years old and first encountered Blazing Blade. So being able to be a part of it is a massive joy for me.
Awesome.
And my name is Erica Lindbeck. I voice Celica in Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valencia, and I also voice Myrrh in Heroes. And I voice Celica in her million alts in Heroes as well. I'm in a few other things. I did
a couple other things.
Just a couple of things. Yeah, I did Jessie in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is coming out pretty soon, which I'm really excited about. I'm Futaba Sakura in Persona 5. I'm Zoe, Talia, and Morgana in League of Legends. I did Barbie for a while. Bunch of stuff. So yeah, that's me. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And guys, so the way these questions are going to be asked. So yesterday I went into the community tab and I just said, guys, we have a voice actor interview tomorrow, so feel free to ask any questions you like. So I curated a bunch of nice, interesting questions that are directed at both or Christian or Erica. So I'm just going to actually just go through them and just start asking away. So question for both. We can start with Erica. Was it a conscious decision to become a voice actor, or did it just kind of happen?
I trained for theater and on camera. Voiceover was something that I had always played video games, and I had a massive respect for the people that were in them. And I watched, of course, animation and anime. I love anime. I'm a huge anime.
God, you're such a weeb.
I am. But yeah. So it was something that when I was graduating, I did my degree in theater at UCLA. I was planning on going into on camera, but I decided to pursue, to not put all my eggs in one basket and pursue voiceover as well as on camera. And so the voiceover was kind of the thing that took off, and it just never really stopped. So it was in a way a conscious choice. It was something that I decided to go for really hard, as well as, the on camera, portion of my career. But yeah, so it was the industry that really accepted me with open arms, which is why I did it. If you find success in any facet of the entertainment industry, don't buck the horse. Keep going, because it's really hard to find.
Nice. And Christian?
I guess it's weirdly enough, I have a very similar story to Erica, but not nearly as much wild success. So I actually also went to UCLA, but I was taking a degree. Yeah. We've talked about that at least a couple times.
Sorry.
No, but I was doing a degree in English and with a minor in theater, so we never really crossed paths at the time. But after that, I went and I started working for a video game company. I started working for Atlas, and eventually I worked my way up by guilting them into giving me better and cooler stuff to do until they let me go on voice recording for Devil Survivor 2, where I met Patrick, and Patrick Seitz, the director of Three Houses, and also Hector and a billion other things, and Yuritsa, because he's amazing.
Oh, did any of My Hero Academia fans, that last episode with freaking Endeavor, oh my god.
Such a weeb! I love it. It makes me really happy. But anyways, we worked really hard on this project for 3 months, and at the very end of it, he was like, "Look, dude, if this is the thing you want to do, if this is fun for you, then come up here and do this."
That's a good impression.
Are you kidding me?
But yeah, so after that, I decided that was what I really wanted to do and what I wanted to pursue, and I'd been acting my whole life, so I came up here and decided this was the right path. And Patrick and everybody at Cup of Tea has been wonderfully amazing in helping me, progress and grow and learn and become a voice actor.
Great. Awesome. Okay. So this is kind of a little bit of a kind of more of a in the booth type of question, but what is the most hilarious thing you went through while voice acting?
So when I was recording for Barbie, I did the Wi-Fi Barbie, so it was 9,000 lines. It was basically Barbie that you could talk to, and she would have a response for anything. Oh, your favorite color is blue? That's awesome. Oh, your favorite color is black? That's awesome. I think that's something you should talk to your parents about, like stuff like that. And so we would sit in the booth, and I'd sit with my director and like a whole team from Mattel, and it could get a little monotonous. Obviously, it was like 5 days a week, 4 hours a day. It was a lot of just doing all of these lines and pretending that I was present, like with a child and responding to them. What they did was, so there was a door to the booth, and then not like perpendicular to that door, there was the door to their booth. They convinced me that it was haunted. My booth was because sometimes what would happen was there was, first of all, I have a weird thing about the Ring and like the Grudge, and for some reason also vents. And so there was a vent behind me, and so my director Colette would sometimes be directing me, and she'd stop and be like just look behind me, and I'd be like, because I knew if something was in that vent, it was going to get to me before they would be able to get to me to like save me or whatever. I don't know if any of them liked me enough to save me, but I would like to think that they would. And then what they would do, oh, I'm echoing really hard.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm...
Yeah, Christian, do you have any headphones to throw on?
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can make that happen.
Sure.
I don't hear the echo anymore. But anyway, sorry, long story long, there was one day where they kept, I didn't know this, but they were shoving the door open a little bit every like 5 minutes. This guy named Chris he literally would crawl out of their room and just shove the door a little bit. And we were like after hours, it was like 6:30 p.m. or something. So everyone from Mattel had gone home and it was just us. And so I was like, guys, what is going on? What is going on? They're like, it's probably the air conditioning. And I'm like, the air conditioning isn't on. The building is off. And so finally they came clean because I got so scared, and they took a video of it that I am not staying in this booth by myself. It is haunted. Something is going to kill me. And so, yeah, that's probably the weirdest thing that's ever happened. And then they finally fested it, and I was so mad. I was so angry.
Got spooked. Christian, I think your mic is muted because you put the headphones in.
Okay.
Oh, you're good to go. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So what's your funny, hilarious booth experience?
I actually do have a Fire Emblem one. When we were recording Ignatz, Patrick, again, whom I love and who every story I tell is going to be about, because that's my agenda, is like all Patrick all the time. But essentially, he loves me, but also loves tormenting me, because apparently it's really fun. Right? Okay. See, so it's not just me, which makes me feel a little bit better. It's like the good people, I'll torment them. Everyone else gets normal, Patrick. But we were recording we were recording like Ignatz and Raphael supports, and we had just finished one. And we were about to move on to the next thing, and they were like, okay, cool, we're going to get it set up. It'll just take a moment. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So I sat back, as I normally do. And then a minute passed, and I was like, okay, I guess they're still setting stuff up. And you can look out the window, and you see them, and they're all chit-chatting about something. And I'm like, okay, there's whatever's happening, tech issue, something like that. Another minute passes. I take out the phone. I start flicking through Twitter. I retweet a bunch of art. I'd be very careful not to retweet Fire Emblem art, like, at the time. And we keep on going, and, like, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes pass, like silence. And I'm starting to get freaked out. This is very much like, hey, it's 4 sessions in, but we're recasting you. We're done with this. Like, we're not dealing with you anymore. And so I walk up to the microphone, and I look down at the script, and the next line that I have is like a frightened react as Raphael shows up in the room or whatever. And I'm about to say something into the mic, like, hey guys, you okay? And then I hear at the loudest possible volume they could broadcast the voice of the guy who plays Raphael go, hey, Ignatz! And I scream. Just like, ah! Absolute panic. And that was the take they kept.
Oh,
moved on.
I love that.
It's like 5 minutes for this take, and they're like, it was perfect. Next take. Next line.
I have a quick Patrick story, and this was funny. It was funny in the end, but actually when it was happening, it was really scary. So my first project I ever worked on was Your Lie in April, which is a really sad anime for you guys who don't know, and the dub is amazing, and Patrick wrote and directed it, and he did an incredible job. And I voiced Cowdy, who's the main girl. And we had never worked together before that. And so our first session, I was in a booth at Bang Zoom, and that booth did not have a window. So I actually could not see Patrick or any of the team. So I could only hear them. And what would happen was I would hear the beeps, I would go, and then I would just hear silence. And usually like you do a take and then the director goes, okay, do this, and this, let's do it again. I would just hear silence and then 3 more beeps. So I would just keep doing it the same way or try to change it up on my own, whatever. So finally, we took a break. Patrick, I could tell he was getting frustrated with me, and I was kind of like, I was scared to say something because we didn't know each other very well, and I was really nervous. I was pretty new. And so I went to the bathroom, and I came back, and then it was like 3 minutes of radio silence. And I finally went, have you guys been talking to me this whole time? And Pat was like, yes, I've been trying to tell you that we were starting. You weren't saying anything. And I was like, oh, no. We realized, like, our connection was bad. So what was happening was, he thought that I wasn't taking his direction, and I thought he wasn't giving me any. So we were mutually, Patrick was like, and he tells the story, and he's like, he literally was sitting there having a panic attack, like, does this girl just like not know how to take direction? Oh no, we have this entire show to do with this girl. So yeah, it was really scary. Now I look back on it and it's hilarious, but holy crap, it was bad.
Oh man. Okay, so we have an individual question for Erica and one for Christian. So Erica, who did you prefer playing the voice of, Celica or Myrrh?
Oh, that's so hard because Myrrh's so cute, and I never get to do characters like that. But I've spent a lot more time with Celica, so I'm gonna say Celica. But Myrrh I love her so much.
Okay, and for Christian, how do you feel about Seliph not having an alt in Heroes yet?
What a legend!
What's that like, Christian? What's that like for your characters not to have
Hurts.
Ooh! Damn. Yeah.
There are some characters that get ults and I'm like, I don't even know who this character is. I've played almost every Fire Emblem. I've never seen them. Why are there 4 versions of them? I am a lord.
It's really funny. The first time I recorded for Myrrh, I immediately did an alt for her. I did her spooky. Myrrh. They're like, so you're doing Myrrh. Here's an alt. Here's like freaking Salt Bay, except Celica alts. Just like friggin' everywhere. Like, haven't you run out, Nintendo? Like, how are there so many alts?
They were like, we're wrapping up. You know what? Can you stay here for an hour? We have another Celica to write.
There's a lot of 6 more Celica alts.
It just came in. It's crazy. Anyways, and don't get me wrong. I get it. It's the same reason that there are no, like, cute figures of guy characters. Not as interesting. I absolutely get when they're like, what if the girl character but a slightly different, cuter outfit? Like, I get that. I am on board.
She's kind of the bae. I mean, she really is.
Yeah.
She really is. She really is. But we just have to believe together. If we believe together, Seliph will get an alt. Or Roderick will get 15 alts.
Roderick. This is an interesting one. Is there an anime or game that you would like to get the chance to be the director for?
Oh, that's for Christian. No.
I would love to be directed by you, Erica. Like, real talk, I would love this experience.
I would be a mess. You know I would never be able to. I'd be like, everything you do is amazing. I just get the first. You've directed me so many times, Christian. You know how neurotic I am. I would never.
See, but that's the thing. Maybe, like, as soon as you sit in the director chair, you're just like, oh, I know exactly. Great, this exact thing.
Yeah, I don't know, Erica. I feel like if you got the chair, you'd be like, oh wow, like something would switch, and you'd just be like super thorough and like super on point.
I love the power.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Maybe not that way.
What way can you get?
I don't know. Like you made that sound like really tyrannical. Like, oh yes.
Yes. Have you met me? Hello, my name is Erica. Oh no, my MacBook.
Perish.
When I'm being directed, like especially by Christian, because we're close, and like because I feel really safe with him, I do yes to like a literal 10-year-old. I'm like, was that okay? Was that okay, Christian? I can do it again. Like I'm like a mess, and he's like, yes, Erica, you're fine. I'm like, okay.
We did 4 takes. We asked for 2. They were all good. We're gonna talk about it and figure out which of them we want. They're all okay.
Christian treats
I can
me
hit
like
this word. You did.
Christian literally treats me like a baby bunny when he directs. He really does.
I'm gonna
Okay.
bring little baby carrots next time. That's the plan.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh wait, is there one, Christian? Is there something you want to direct?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Was there?
Oh yeah, to answer the question.
Oh boy, a game or a show that I'd really like to direct. It's a tough call. It's a tough call because I have gotten the opportunity to do so many things. Even getting to work on Magia just like a little teeny tiny bit is incredible. Because when I was watching it and crying and having a panic attack, I was like, "Oh God, there's no way I'll ever be involved in this." And then I was just sitting there with Carrie, like, "Okay, so let me tell you how I think Mommy would react to this moment." You, who've been inside her head for much longer than I have. I think ideally, I would really like to do a show that is like K-On! Or Yuri or just something that's just like, look at these cute girls just having fun. They're just doing fun stuff. That's it. And I'm like, no trauma? Like, no trauma at all. Look, they're talking about like chocolate. Isn't that awesome? And I'm like, it is awesome. Joy.
This is a I feel like a pretty deep question to ask. What do you guys do to stay inspired / creative as actors?
Oh man. I think for me, what's really helped is doing things outside of my profession.
Okay.
Like in the last six months or so, I started reading a lot more, and I started like really throwing myself into like exercising more and hiking and really focusing on my friends more. And weirdly enough, I think that's made me more passionate about my work. It just feels like less of, I mean, I've been really, really fortunate to have worked basically since I started, and that it kind of became this all consuming thing. And it was almost like what I led with, like, well, I'm nothing without my work. I'm nothing without my resume or whatever. And taking the focus off of it and being less mean to myself and putting less pressure on myself by elevating other things in my life as priorities has really helped me to be more like inspired, and also being a little bit more choosy about what I work on, I think too. Because when you're just overwhelmed and working like eight hours a day, you don't really have room to be inspired. It just feels like your throat's wrecked all the time and you're just sad, and then you have no time with your friends. And what's more important in this world than people? I mean, nothing. So yeah, there we go. Deep answer for a deep question.
And Christian?
I think I'm gonna second all of that because it's really true, especially in this industry in particular, and in like our niche and expanded of that. It's really easy because there's a lot going on at once. With like a TV show, with something like that, you get on set and you live there, but also so do all of your friends, and that's where your life is, and that's okay for months, weeks at a time. But here, it's so much just like passing in hallways and stuff like that while you go to work on like your 18 other projects, and then this thing also has, needs you for an hour, and then that one needs you for 4 hours all day, and it's so easy to get lost in that because there's so much going on, and to use that as your barometer for success as a person. Instead, yeah, exactly, right? I mean, I think for me personally, as an actor, for like the actor thing that keeps me inspired is I do a lot of recording myself at home to nobody for no reason, doing characters that I wouldn't normally get cast as. And I mean, and that's the wonderful thing about voice acting is you don't have to like look like the character that you're portraying. You don't have to like share their experiences. You don't have to link to it in that way. But I mean, obviously everyone has a voice or a number of voices that sort of tone them into specific things. And the thing that has helped me a lot is like, I will do a lot of like villainy monologues and stuff like that just to see it from that other side and that other perspective, and to see if there's anything in there that I can then use the next time they bring me in to be like, my nice sweet boy.
Yeah, I agree. And the other thing is, I think it's really hard to internalize this, but I've gotten to a point where my motto these days when it comes to auditioning is just, for God's sakes, just do something. I really just try to, the best thing that I can bring to any character is just 100% myself, because nobody else is like me in the same way that nobody else is exactly like Christian. So you spend a really long time trying to understand, like going, well, what does this company want? What do they want? Can I be that? Can I mold myself into what they want? And what you really should be. Actually, Troy Baker told me once, years and years ago, when I was on Avengers Assemble. That was like my first big animated series I ever did. And I remember he just told me, he looked at me and he was like, Erica, your only job is to show them what it looks like. If they don't want it, that's okay. Just show them what it looks like. And that that's so freeing, because it's literally like, just do something with it. You do it. You figure it out. You figure it out. You make it something that nobody else would be able to do, and just follow your instincts. And I think that's like, that has been so freeing for me, because I'm not sitting there ruminating on like how to jam myself into this box that like 98% of other people are going to be trying to fit themselves into anyway. I would rather do something insane and have the company be like, well, that chick's batshit crazy. She's not booking this part, but at least we'll remember her. Truly, I would rather make them laugh than have them go, forgettable, you know?
Mm-hmm. Wow, those are great. Those are great answers. Thank you.
I have three beverages. Can we I have coffee, pepper, and water.
My stream snacks have been Greek yogurt and blueberries, a bowl of mango chunks, 2 Monsters, and 4 cans of bubbly sparkling water, and they have been keeping me alive. Yeah. So next question. Are any of you playing the new Animal Crossing game?
No.
I am poorly, but I am. I don't even have Isabel yet, as I lamented on Twitter like a day ago. I just want Isabel and that weird smug cat with the vest. It looks real cute, and I just want to hang out with him and see what he's all about. Yeah. However,
go, Christian. You say what you were gonna say.
Somebody shared an image or something on Twitter the other day of like one of the random villagers being like, yeah, I don't know about this. I'm thinking about moving out, because of the night clowns. And I immediately texted like Chris and Erica and everyone I know playing the game. I'm like, is this No, is this real? Because if it's real, I will throw this game away right now. I am not dealing with night clowns. I'm not risking it.
You have a fear of clowns. I forgot. Really,
because they're horrifying.
I'm gonna dress up like Pennywise and hide in your house.
Wow. And that's going to do it for the interview.
Christian, I have a question. Now, here's the real question. What if it's a sexy clown? What if I dress up as a sexy clown? Will that override?
Ooh, asking the tough questions.
Real tough question. I think the only way to find out is to give it a shot. I mean, that's all we got.
Right. Maybe I'll fall on that sword. Oh, that's the wrong. I'll die on that hill. I'll bear that cross, okay? Oh God, just take it all. I'm done.
Like I said, this interview is over. We'll be right now. Just kidding. Okay, that's all right. If you were to be in the Fire Emblem Three Houses universe, what house do you think you would have joined?
Don't ask her that. It will summon the beast.
No, guys, I am canonically Dimitri's wife, so obviously Blue Lion. Chris Hackney will literally tell you, I'm Dimitri's wife. It's me.
Yeah, seen it. And
that's all I have to say.
And Christian, what's your pick? Can we take a guess here? Can we take a guess?
I know it's really weird with the shirt going on and everything. I think weirdly enough, if I was actually going to be in it, I feel like I would end up in the Golden Deer just because it's like ridiculous, and I trend that way. Young Christian would definitely be all emo black eagle, like 100%. I would have a crush on Edelgard from afar and just like write poetry about her in my notebook and like while not paying attention to class. Real things that would happen. But like, right now, this Christian that exists presently would probably be in the Golden Deer or the Ashen Wolves. Just leave him in the sewers. It's fine. He'll be okay.
Y'all, I gotta say, okay, I love Dimitri, but like Balthus can get it. Sorry.
Balthus can get it.
Yeah. The exposed six pack. Oh man.
God, it like wrecks me every time. But it's an embarrassment of riches. Like everyone's so every character, every single one is so hot. It just makes
they
me
really are pretty hot.
Yeah.
Even like Sylvain and Felix and like Ash, my sweet bush baby Ash, like all.
Have you ever seen Dimitri's dad?
Oh, he's hot.
Yeah. God damn.
Also, Patrick Dimitri's dad.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
Patrick, like, Pat voice is, I love playing Where's Patrick in that game.
because he is everywhere.
I'm like, you think you can hide from me, but you cannot.
Questions for both. Do you ever play around with the voice of the characters you voice, saying random or funny stuff with them?
Like, do I walk around my house talking to myself?
First of all, the answer to that is obviously yes.
Not like. Wait, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Do you ever play around with the voice of the characters you voice, saying random or funny stuff with them? So I guess maybe, or if we could rephrase it, like, is there ever like a voice that you think is like maybe funny to talk about, or like if you're doing like kind of like an interview or something that you'll kind of like refer to, for jokes or to like make a crowd laugh or something? I guess. I know. I've heard you talk about Barbie a few times, Erica.
Oh yeah. Oh sorry. Yeah. So I'll go like, my party trick these days is going.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so cool. You're my best friend. Wow, that is so cool. That is so cool. That is so cool. Hi, I'm Barbie. Wow, that is so cool. Yeah, which is weird because when I booked Barbie, like, I'm so not like Barbie. I was like, why would I ever? But I mean, hey, you take the opportunities when they're thrown at you. I think also Barbie, like, learning how to do Barbie, she's so connected all the time and so, like, empathetic. That really helped me, especially with characters like Celica, actually.
Nice.
Celica is kind of a bastardization of Barbie a little bit because she's so sincere and earnest.
Mm-hmm.
And that was hard for me. I'm a very sarcastic person. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm always thinking about everything. And so, and oftentimes I think my vocal quality really lends itself to like those sort of princessy characters sometimes. And I think learning how to do Barbie really helped me to when it came to Celica. So yeah.
That's the thing I never really think of is like the character of Barbie, and that there has to be like a line and where her emotions would naturally take it. That's really interesting. I never really thought about that, but that's right.
That's pretty interesting and amazing, Christian. I don't know.
You know what? I'm discovering this now, and I feel like a sexy clown costume is the only thing.
What? Okay, so I just called you Celica by accident because Erica already kind of. Well, we already kind of know the answer to this one. So, Christian, this answer or this question might be more intriguing for you. What character would you most like to date in real life?
I am on record that all girls are best girl. # all girls are best girl. I would in my ideal world where I end up with a harem of every girl that I've ever. That sounded creepier than I intended.
Yep.
I mean it in a pure way. So that
I don't know. The bar was set pretty high with the clown thing.
That was my suggestion. He didn't do it. It's not his fault.
I mean, that's really tough. That actually is a really tough question. I have a tough time. I feel like this is weirdly. I'm trying to find a way to answer this that doesn't then turn it into like ideal woman. Like, if you took like Rise from Persona 4 and like smashed her together with Futaba, I feel like that would end up with this like this is the sort of person that is pretty awesome to me. Like I don't know. I feel like they would understand me. I'm trying to make this non-sappy, but it's really tough.
Futaba stan you are. I forget. I remember she was your background once when I went to do a record.
I love her. She's small and a dork and just like...
Oh, I agree. Listen, I agree. Yeah, honestly, I would date Rise smashed together with Futaba. That essentially sounds like the perfect woman. Yeah. Yes.
I get that. Real talk.
All right, so turning into maybe a more serious question, was there ever a time you got angry at your character's decision?
Oh, all the time. Well, not in the booth. Not like you listen, you always have to be on your character's side, right? That's the whole thing. Like that's how people voice villains or play villains. But of course, objectively, you're like, what ever do? Oh my god. Of course. Yeah.
I think on occasion I've gotten frustrated when a character would not change based on like clear evidence that they should change. I'm trying to think of a good reference point for this, but it's very much like there's, especially when you're doing stuff like supports or social leagues or conversations like that, where there is a certain degree of like, you have to grow as the character as you go through that whole path of like, let's take Ignatz all the way through his relationship with Raphael and stuff like that. And Ignatz grows from like, oh God, I'm so sorry, your family, it's my fault and I don't want to deal with it. And you don't have to be around me, to like, we're friends and we're bros and we're going to fight together and we're going to do the thing. And then immediately after that, you're like, okay, cool. Next relationship. And he's back to like, oh God, I'm so sorry about everything I've ever done. Please don't be mad at me, Lysithea. Yeah. And that, I think, like, as an acting challenge is really interesting, but also as the time where it's like, wait, no, I got out of this and I grew, and no, I didn't. I didn't with her, because Lysithea hasn't talked to me until now.
Yeah, that's kind of like the I guess the problem with like supports in Fire Emblem is that like you'll see this crazy development of a character, and then like, because like all the supports seem like so mutually exclusive that like you can like really like break your shell and then like move forward in your character, but then also you just have to regress, because like every like support is basically like in its own universe until you just decide which one's your favorite and go with it.
I think actually now that I'm thinking about it, an interesting one that I didn't mention, I did Black Cat for Spider-Man PS4. She makes some really interesting choices in that game when it comes to Peter. And that was one thing where it's funny because people are like, how dare she? And I'm like, how dare you? Because I'm like so excited about a lot of it. I relate to her in a lot of ways. If I sit back and think about it, obviously, but it's funny because this is an example of like, I honestly can't even see it the other way, because I had to make myself so on her side to be convicted in what she was doing and what she was saying to him, that like, I'm like, no, I've justified it the other way, so screw you.
That's when you find yourself weirdly identifying with certain villains. It's just like, I mean, like, there is a point to this whole person. No, we're not going to destroy the world. We're not going to destroy the world. It's not worth it. It's not going to end well.
I don't get to voice like villains all that often, though. I don't think that's a thing that maybe in like 10 years I'll be deep and bassy enough. Like, I can fake it.
Oh, I'm excited for Villain Erica. Villain Erica is going to be rad.
Yeah, that's going to be a cool timeline.
Yeah.
I feel like we did a brief villain at least once.
We did, and she was like a sexy queen villain lady.
Oh, yeah.
She was like a Ponce. She was like, no.
That Ponciness can be very evil.
Absolutely.
Okay. Favorite non-word noise to make, like a grunt or a laugh, and your least favorite as well. I don't know if you can answer that one.
You mean in recording when we record?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Just like in life all the time.
Yeah, I was about,
what's the sound that you hate the most that people make?
Anime when we have to do the like that kind of shit. Yeah, no. All day. Because nobody does that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In Japan, they do that. They don't.
Like, and my favorite. They wreck my throat, but there's something about just doing them primal battle reacts that just get me, man. I love that. I feel like it's an outlet. Like if I didn't do it, I would have like chopped down a building with a hammer or like I don't know, like in real life, because I like need the outlet. I'm a very like primal feral person.
Yeah. I actually definitely agree with that. I don't know. Like when I go to the gym, I'm not a voice actor obviously, but when I go to the gym, like I'm super like vocal. I can't do it any other way.
Oh, you're that guy.
Oh, I am that guy.
Shred these lats. Yeah.
11. 12.
Well, how you doing on the treadmill? Yeah, I feel it.
Elliptical.
When I flip tires, when my trainer has me like flip tires, I'm like, ugh, and then I sit on the tire when we're done. Screw you. I bested you.
I conquered the tire.
Well, it's a big tire. I actually miss it. I miss flipping tires. That's how this Corona shit is affecting. Like, I miss it when Kevin tells me to flip tires.
And Christian, what's your favorite?
Favorite. Oh, I love the surprise ray. I like evil laughs. I like how whenever they're like crazier, do the laugh as wild as you possibly can. Like that's Christmas to me. As I love. I don't get to do it much because good boys don't laugh like that. But when I do, oh man, it's super rad. I don't. The sound that I don't like is I hate thinking reacts. Mostly just because I'm like, if you think like it's always in your head, you're always just like, my thinking react in person is just like this blank stare of like, okay, figure it out. And I very rarely am like,
Yeah. Oh, okay. I have to amend. My least favorite is closed mouth laughing. I freaking hate it. Like the. I can't do it. My nose is always snotting. Like it's awful. I can't do it. I hate it. I legitimately hate it. It makes my blood boil. I'm like, who does this? Who does?
Yeah, I can't picture a real life scenario where that's applicable.
And in anime, they do it quite a bit. You know what's the worst is? The original Japanese, the animation will be closed mouth, and the original Japanese recording will be open mouth. And I'll be like, why do I have to abide by the freaking animation when even the say you didn't? Ooh, makes me crazy.
Industry secrets right here.
Makes me so mad.
Oh man. This is a fun one. What are the favorite roles from each other? So what is Christian's favorite Erica role, and what is Erica's favorite Christian role?
I'm gonna say Christian's of mine is Futaba. Come on. And my favorite of yours has gotta be Ignatz, right? Like
he's my small precious boy.
You really did a good job. You really
Thank you. No, I really do appreciate that.
No, he was perfect casting. Patrick did such a nice job casting that game.
Man.
He also to be noted is they cast a lot. They could have just gone with all names and they didn't, and they gave a lot of people who like have been in the industry for a really long time and have been working really hard and have been super good. They gave them a platform in casting them in the game.
Yeah.
And that is amazing. And they all did really good work. So
for real. Yeah. Every pick was like unreal. And like, you make a great point. Like, I feel like a lot of folks may have been kind of like under the radar and now are just like being recognized for the actual like talent and potential they have, which is like super sick. Yeah.
A great example is, I mean, Chris Hackney is Dimitri.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Like listen, I don't even usually like blondes, and I freaking well, it was just like he really made Dimitri. Like Dimitri could have been Dimitri, you tread a really thin line. He's like a sad boy.jpg, you know, and he made him something. He just added so much depth to that character.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
Everyone was so good, man. Like Lucian is freaking Felix.
Right. Lucian as Felix shocks me every time because I'm like, there's a certain degree to like when we talk about like their character, like it's real easy to point at like Shannon and be like, Shannon's adorable, look at him as Ash, it makes sense, and totally, and Lucian is the only one where I'm like, except Lucian is nothing like Felix at all.
Well, Lucian has this really like specific thing that he does that I honestly can't name like anybody else who does it the same way or quite as well, and it's that Felix thing. Like that is it's just so perfect. Yeah, he's so. I'm trying to think of like other people. My brain is fuzzing out, but yeah, just oh god, I love Annette. Oh my god, Abby.
Right, Abby's so good as Annette. I love it so much.
My wife for life. I love her. So
and that's one of my favorite characters in the game.
Or Laura Post as Catherine. Oh, my lady.
Oh yeah.
They're all great. What was the character that Chris voiced for in JoJo? With the guy, he's the guy who's like really angry, who wears the glasses, who like has the ice stand.
I don't know.
Oh, the assassin guy he just did.
That rant was amazing. Oh man, it was so good.
That was some good stuff. And I'm so glad because Chris really like giving him the opportunity to shine like that is great. He definitely was underused for a while, but now I hope.
Oh yeah.
I hope he's getting more and more and more. And that's even on top of like as Bowie, he is so good, and it's such a radically different character.
Yeah, he has crazy range.
Yeah, he does. He does. And the thing is too, like,
Oh, his name was Jocko. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yes, yeah.
we never know. You never know what games, like, you could do incredible work in a million things and just they didn't sell very well, or they're just not super character driven and they're more plot driven. People just don't care quite as much. Like, there's so many different factors that lead to like what gets you a following or people recognizing your work, or gets you, conventions or whatever. It's just a very like nebulous, weird equation that leads into that. And it's just nice that Three Houses got just such a bump.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Three Houses and Echoes, and a lot of them, even though they're different, are very character driven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
How do you get into character, and how do you get into character when you're doing your lines?
For anything in particular?
Yeah, I think maybe just like as a general question, like how do you, like, if you're presented with a character, how do you do to get into them? That kind of thing.
For Barbie, I just go, "Hi, I'm Barbie. I'm Barbie. I'm Barbie. I'm Barbie." Yeah, I just look. For Futaba, I would go. For Futaba, I would just.
Oh yes.
Type, and I'd go, my mom, she, and then I'd go, and then I'll just do like, "Here come the buffs," or whatever.
There it is.
Yeah, and that's the one, like, what I do. And then for Celica, I think, "May Milla protect you." I'll do something like that.
The line reference, the cold, like having that one line that's like not only this their character, because like Here Come the Buzz, it's like it's the dorky plus it's her voice plus it's all that, it just like really smashes you into that moment. And I think that's, I like with Ignatz, it was a lot of "Let me paint you a picture," which was like the fourth line that we did ever as him, and I was just like, I feel like that's probably going to be it. Self, it's a lot of like, "I will protect you." That's the one for him. Before recording sessions, if I know what character I'm going to go in as, because oftentimes when you're going in for the first time, they're like, "Anyways, just come on in. We'll tell you about it. It's going to be great." But if you know, right? I'm just like, boy, I hope this is going to be okay, because I screamed for like 4 hours. We're going to figure it out. But if it's a character and I know what I'm going in for, I have little Spotify playlists that are like 10 to 15 songs long, that are like songs that I think are in that character's voice, as well as like vocal warm-up songs for me. So that's like my dorky how I put myself in the character thing.
I gotta feed my cats. My cats are like biting my knees right now.
That's okay. We have a question. We have a couple questions for Christian.
Oh, well, how crazy.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
This is a funny one. Do you think Selif would have a secret TikTok account?
Do I think Selif would have a secret TikTok account? You know what? I could see it. I could also imagine him not fully understanding how it works, because he's very smart, but like he's one of those characters where I'm like, his intelligence stat is super high, his wisdom stat is not that high. So it would just be like, "Oh, it's a way for me to record and talk to my people and stuff like that. But maybe I should also have the side one, so I could just be like, Shannon was ridiculous in training today, and I don't know why he kept making me do the stupid thing with the sword," and not realize that everyone could see it. And post probably dance videos. I could see him doing dance videos.
Selif dance videos. Selif dance videos with like Leaf and Eldigan.
Right? Oh god, Eldigan will be so mad. It's like, "I hate this," and you. I'm like, "I know, but it's fun, right?" By the way, I absolutely did see that Selif that you were against in the Aether raids, just crushing people left and right. Yes.
Credits to Phoenix Master. Yeah. Oh man, I didn't stand a chance there. Oh, sorry, not Eldigan, Ares. Never mind.
Ares, yes.
Chat correct me. They got very mad. You always want to tread lightly with Super Nintendo Fire Emblem. This is a question for Erica. What was it like voicing Cassie Cage?
Oh, Cassie Cage is like the closest to me of any character. Cassie Cage and MK11. Kombat 11 for those of you who don't know. Yeah, that's like she's like me, and they let me improvise. Like they've let me add so many F-bombs into that game. Like I love Cassie. She's freaking awesome. That was like the first big role I ever had in a AAA game.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was like 3 years ago, I think. Yeah, and I love her. I think she's friggin' awesome.
Yeah, the DLC.
That's very much where my head lives. Like I do a lot of video games, and it's just what my passion is as far as what I like to play. I like that Cassie, like if anyone's played the story mode of MK11, it gets really dark, and I love playing characters that are joking until things get serious. Like you get to see her crying because she thinks her mother's dead. Yeah. I mean, that's like, and she's a sassy bitch most of the time.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I love playing a character through every range of emotion. That's something that I think that like newer actors sometimes, like they're like, I'm good at playing sad characters. I'm like, that's an emotion. That's not a character. That's just an emotion that your character can go through. Like any kind of character that you're voicing or whatever should be able to do anything. They all can get sad. It doesn't matter how evil they are. They all can get hurt.
They have feelings.
Yeah, they all have feelings. So yeah.
I remember that was like 80 hours of Magilu. It was like ridiculous.
Oh my God, Magilu and Tales of Berseria. Like that.
She's so great.
She is great. She really, really is. And I remember getting to the scenes when she's telling her old master who like abused her that she's like, yeah, you know what? I know my crew might be up and they've got a lot of problems, but they're mine and you can't touch them. It just, oh God, I love it when characters who are buried under so much sarcasm and just bullshit that when you get down to the core of it and they really lay their cards out. Ooh, I live for it. I love it. That's why I like Mordred so much.
Awesome.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, Mordred's way up there.
Yeah, God. Ooh.
Christian, what is your favorite Anime Impulse video that you made an appearance in?
Favorite Anime Impulse video that well, to this day, I'm still haunted about eating string cheese wrong. Apparently,
did you just like eat it as a chunk and didn't split it?
We were trying to like sneakily eat stuff, and I can't be like, hold on while I peel the string cheese. And I was just like desperately chopping it, and everybody has done nothing but give me grief about eating string cheese wrong. Man. Honestly, they're all so fun. I really love going and hanging out with them and doing that stuff because they always have such like fun, silly ideas. Doing the Christmas carols thing was really great because like Mark and Diva and Retna came in with like the funniest, best like takeoffs on songs and stuff like. Oh man, it was real good. There's also one moment in that where like I shout something from off screen. So it's the camera is on Mark and Diva, and then they put in like an Ignatz crit animation as like shout from off screen, like, come on, let's go. Oh, that made me smile.
The editing for the Anime Impulse videos are so funny.
It's this guy named Randy. He's
Randy?
Randy's amazing. He makes magic happen.
That's unreal.
Like my interviews with Anime Impulse, like I wasn't even that funny that day. I remember leaving and being like, oh man, I really dropped the ball. And Randy still made them hilarious.
Yeah.
Like
the Mothman segment, I still remember that.
It's not even me, I swear. I'm usually pretty funny, but that day I was off and I don't know why. But I remember watching him and just being mine. I messaged him on Instagram and I was like, I may have you edit some of my stuff if I make stuff.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Erica. Who's your favorite Three Houses husbando after Dimitri?
Oh, that's so hard.
Yeah, Erica.
Oh! It can't be Ignatz, yo. It can't.
Oh, come on. Like, adult Ignatz gets all, like, hard and intense and emotional. It's like, no mercy. And
I don't know. I was kind of expecting his time skip to be, like, I don't know, more close to, like, Raph than just more into Ignatz. So I was like, okay.
That's really hard. That's so difficult. I don't want to say Sylvain, but I kind of want to say.
Ooh, that's
my
okay.
God.
Wow.
I just he's that's the boy. Can I tie it between Felix and Sylvain? Because Caspar too though. I joke, Erica Mendez and I joke that I'm the Caspar to her Linhart, like 100%.
Aw, that's funny.
God.
Oh my god, that's actually super
It's so
that's
real.
like a very keen observation.
Yeah, like all the memes, I send her memes and I'm like, this is just us. It's literally like, I'll be like, wanna hang out? And she's like, sure. And I'm like, okay, I'm in your driveway. Like that's literally, that's legitimately how we operate. So yeah. I like Linhart too. Yeah, I'd probably say like Sylvain or
You mentioned Balthus though. Does he?
Yeah, I don't feel like I deserve him as a husband because I haven't played yet.
Fair enough.
Dash and Wolves route, so I'm just kind of like, but yeah, he's a hottie.
Balthus isn't a husband. Balthus is like a mistress. Like Balthus is the boy on the side.
Balthus to be my mistress. Oh, please.
I'm trying to search for other questions that may not have been asked yet. This might be one as a nice kind of insider because the way the game kind of displays support conversations versus how they're actually voiced, there is some clear differences. So how do you prepare? So one question asks, how do you prepare to work with many different voice actors, especially during support conversations? So maybe we can just kind of split this into maybe just like a two-parter, like how do support conversations actually work as in getting voiced out, and then maybe as just a follow-up, like how is it to, I guess, voice with the same voice actors like in the room, and like maybe how that dynamic kind of works and what the difference is, I guess.
We're about to ruin your lives because nobody's in together.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, and a lot of times I don't even have reference of what the other person said. Right, Christian? Like I haven't done this conversation in a while, but like usually they don't play us anything. So it's just like you just got to trust your director and hope that you're doing it right.
I mean, it's tough on the director too, because from that side, like sometimes like you haven't heard that other side of the conversation, so now you're like, and then I think they're gonna be like, oh my god, Ignatz, hey. And then as Ignatz will be like, okay, well, here's how I react to that, etc., etc., etc. As we go on through, and then we come on through, and they're like, oh no, no, that's not what we got at all here. We are gonna have to swap that up. Yeah, it's a lot of trusting the director, and the further you get into something, the more you'll get to know the characters a little bit. Especially like the more astute of the actors will start understanding how their relationships and dynamics work from like word one. Like there are definitely some people who, like, from the first interaction they have with another character, they can now instantly be like, I know how I am going to be with that character for the rest of this game and stuff like that. And that's wildly helpful as a director, and also as an actor. It's just it's good to put yourself fully in that place of however your relationship with that person is. That made no sense, but
That makes sense. Yes. That's why I was just thinking about how I'd walk into like fiery pits of hell with Patrick as long as he was
exactly. Oh yeah,
like,
no,
my undying loyalty.
No, seriously, would do anything for that man.
I really would. Kind of gross.
And that's the thing too. Like even when I was a client working for Atlas and I came up first thing, like I've worked with a lot of people in the interim. As a client, I worked with a lot of directors. As a director, I've worked with a lot of clients. As an actor, I've worked with a lot of clients. But like Patrick instantly understood A, how the characters in the game worked, and B, how much it meant to both me, who like spent all this time writing it and working on it, and also to like the people who are going to play it. And I think that's really where, like, obviously he has this tremendous technical skill as a director, which is hard and takes a long time to like gain and build up and stuff like that. But like his understanding of how much this is going to mean to somebody, even when it's just like, you know, a little game that's going to pop up on the 3DS and not get much traction, that understanding and that passion is really what gives him his strength. It's his friends.
It's so true. I love how this just became a Patrick love fest. Like, but
I can't help myself. I really can't.
I was not in Three Houses, but I have worked with Patrick quite extensively, and I've cried in front of him many times, both in the booth and out, actually. But he's really good at like creating a safe space for everybody to be themselves and like do their best work and all that.
Nice. This is a really interesting question as well. And after asking, I'm just going to head to the washroom right quick so you guys can answer it while I'm gone. Who were or still are your voice acting role models? And be right back.
I would say for me, Crispin Freeman has always been one for me. I just really love his work. I think I'm a huge Hellsing fan, so I think that was one of the first times I really clocked voiceover in an anime. I really like, who else? I'm sorry, my cat just sneezed, and I was like, what are you?
I thought you were looking around like you were going to be like, actually here.
Oh yeah, Crispin's here. He's here, and he's like, hello. Laura Bailey and Gray Delisle have always been huge inspirations to me as well. I really love their cinematic game work, and that's definitely something that I would go online and look at and be like, okay, like when I was auditioning, I'd be like, how do I get there? Like, how do I get to that level of being that good? Patrick. Yeah, like Pat is so freaking good. It's like gross. So yeah, there's a lot though. There are a lot. I'll say them as I think of them. What about you, Christian? What do you think?
Obviously Patrick. But so as to not turn this into another like 40 minutes to talk about how great Patrick is. It's so hard not to. It really is. I think as a person, I've always looked up to Yuri a lot because right, it's so like effortless isn't the right word because it's not that he's not. Oh yeah. It's just like, I don't know. It's everything that he says always feels so real, and it comes with such a sense of like of presence in the moment, in the game or the show or whatever you're working on, and that has always been something that's impressed me, that like he can so instantly and easily fall into a character and then become that character.
Yeah. I got to do Black Cat with him on a PCAP stage.
For real? Oh yeah, that's rad.
Literally like do the scenes with each other, and I was just like, it was just so amazing to have like him as a scene partner. I grew up watching him be Sasuke, in Naruto. So like that, just being able to, yeah, he's incredible. Also another one that I thought of, Dave Wittenberg.
Oh yeah.
He does Kakashi, and Kakashi is my ultimate husbando. Kakashi Naruto. I just think he's incredible.
He just likes boys with eye patches. That's really all it is. Like if you have a messed up eye.
I didn't put that together, and then I realized, to my horror and chagrin, that like I'm probably gonna end up marrying someone who's missing an eye.
I am kind of out of questions here, actually. And we've been kind of going over for about an hour or so, above an hour. So I guess since we can probably just wrap things up and just kind of have a send off. So first, I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming on. It means a lot to have you guys on and taking time out of your day to come in and like answer questions and to interact with the fans in the community. And yeah, is there anyone who you wanted to kind of like shout out or give a nod to before we wrap things up here, you guys?
I think the Fire Emblem fandom is absolutely fantastic. I love interacting with you guys. I love your art. I love how much you love the characters and how intricately you are versed in the lore of Fire Emblem. Like, it's truly staggering. So thank you for welcoming everybody with such open arms. It's really lovely. Not everybody's like that. So just keep doing what you're doing. I like that you self-police. Like you keep it clean. It's nice.
Awesome.
For real, like it's the welcomingness of it. Like every time a new, like regardless of like how small a character they were at the time, or if they're in a game that was never released over here and stuff, everybody immediately is just like, this is the raddest thing. And it's like it makes me so happy to see that every time a new person gets announced. And it really, like, it says a lot. I mean, obviously for the fans, and it says a lot for like the game and how that series has like affected people and stuff, like, because it's up there. I mean, as for me and for a lot of you, I imagine too, it's one of those things that really like it was one of the first, for me especially, like the way that you observed a story and you saw characters in different lights and these shades of gray and all of these like very different, interesting, and complicated things like Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy and Persona and stuff like that. They were the first times I experienced a lot of those things in like a real visceral way. And to be a part of that is just incredible. And I hope I get to do it for many, 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 many years to come.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Wow. Well, guys, like I said, thank you both so much for coming on. Yeah, guys. So the next I'm kind of, my brain's freezing right now. The next the next event is going to be randomized 3 houses. So we're going to set that up. We're going to put the BRB screen on, and then we'll probably jump back up in about 5-ish minutes. There is a final bid war for this event. Because it's randomized 3 houses, we don't know what's going to happen with the houses. So the bid war is going to be about which house do you want us to run for this one. So with that being said, we'll be right back. And once again, Erica and Christian, thank you so much. This was actually such a fun time. People in the chat are saying that this is like one of their favorite parts of the stream so far. So yeah, it was really great having you two on. All right, guys. So yeah, take care, you two, and I'm sure we'll be in touch soon.
Yes, indeed.
See you guys.